Welcome back, everybody, to the movie script. My name is John, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Meg, which is a brand new movie from Jason Statham. And let's get into it. Right off the bat, the movie puts you right where you want to be at the bottom of the ocean. And I think there was a rescue mission going on where Jason Statham he's a diver, and him and his crew are rescuing somebody, some people from a submarine that they don't really explain what went wrong, but it's like, the water is getting inside the submarine, so they have to rescue the people. And as he's rescuing this one guy, he sees like, something's like crushing the submarine from the outside. But, they tease you with the shark, you know, for about, I want to say about 35 minutes of the movie. They tease you with it, but they don't really show it till 35 minutes in, which is actually not that long of a wait. So anyway, so he brings the guy from the submarine back to the rescue submarine. I guess like a rescue ship. And but his two friends and the other two rescue people are trapped in the submarine, and he has to make a call whether or not to wait for them or not. But I think the submarine was about to blow up, so he decides to close the hatch so they can't get back to the rescue ship. Well, they're stuck actually, so he had to come get him, but he decided not to do it. But as soon as he closed the hatch and they went up, the submarine blew up. So he made the right call, because if they waited longer, they all would have died. So but from there, the movie fast forwards 5 years later, where they're doing this expedition in China, trying to trying to reach a new depth in the ocean, like go deeper than we've ever been before. That's the plot of the movie. And the movie was fun. um it was dumb fun, like every 2 seconds you were like, that's the dumbest thing you could do right now, and they would do it, and then they would do something even dumber. But anyway, so they finally break through the bottom of the ocean, and they're like looking at all these new life forms, when suddenly they get attacked by the shark. Actually, yeah, they get attacked by the shark, and they can't get back out, so they have to send other people to rescue them. And this girl goes in, right? She's like the main female character, I guess. And she goes in while they're trying to convince Jason Statham to come back to save them, because he retired because of what happened 5 years ago. But now we're 5 years in the future. So she goes into the bottom, and then she's getting like attacked, and you think it's a shark, but it's not the shark. It's like a massive squid. So it's like crushing her little ship, and it's about to break it when suddenly you hear this loud noise, and you just see blood coming off the squid. And that's when we get our first look at the shark. It's a massive shark. So as this is all happening, they convince Jason Statham to go help them rescue the people. So he goes back into the place, and he goes in to rescue them, and it becomes a mess. And the same thing happens. There's three people in the ship that was crashed at the bottom of the ocean first. There's there was a blonde girl who was Jason Statham's ex-wife, and there was another guy. There was two other guys. One of them was Asian. The other one was a white guy. And the Asian guy writes a letter, to his wife in case he dies. So basically, they're telling you he's gonna die, which he does. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. A little too late for that. I'll put it in the description, on the title of the video. Um, but anyways, the same thing that happened at the beginning of the movie happens here, because first of all, they take forever to climb to the rescue ship, and so the girl goes first, then the second guy goes, the white guy goes, and then they're about to get hit by the shark. So the Asian guy decides to sacrifice himself, and he closes the hatch, and he gets eaten by the shark. They get out, and from here on out, it's all about them trying to take out the shark. And they try to put in some humor with the girl's daughter, the main character's daughter. I can't remember her name. May, I think, was her name. Maybe. Yeah, I think that was her name. But anyway, so her daughter's trying to be like this funny girl, like who says clever things. She calls Jason Statham uh, crazy. That's like his nickname from her. And by the way, like his name was like Jonah, and it was just so weird to hear people calling Jason Statham Jonah. I don't know why. And everything that you wouldn't do in those situations, they did. Like they're looking at the screen and they're like, "Oh, what is going on?" Because all these alarms are going off, and it's like, "Oh, that's an alert because ships are going down, right?" So the sharks eating, like taking down ships. So what do? They go to where that's happening with the ship. So then, when you think they're not gonna get dumber, they decide to send Jason Statham and swimming towards the shark to put a tracker on him because they say they can't get close with the boat. So he goes in swimming. Yeah, crazy. Jason Statham versus the shark. That's what this movie should have been called. And so he puts the tracker on the shark, and and then when you think they're not gonna get dumber, they decide to send in the girl, you know, in a shark cage. Like, why would you do that? But anyways, there are some funny moments. The CGI was really good actually. Like I thought the CGI on the sharks and the giant squid, any CGI that they used was really good. And there's a lot of characters that die. There isn't a lot of gore. There's a couple of, like gory moments, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, that the structure of the movie was okay. It felt like it was just jumping from one place to another at times, and like the things they came up with, like their ideas, their plans were just ridiculously stupid. But it all worked out at the end for some of them because not all of them made it. And I never thought the day would come where I would see Jason Statham go up against a shark. And if anything, I thought it was gonna be in the Fast and Furious movies, but maybe he'll go up against an alien or something. Anyways, so yeah, the movie was good. The CGI was good. It was entertaining enough. Um, it felt kind of long. I think it was about 2 hours long. And I know that last night, Thursday night, in it did. I think it did 4 million at the box office, which was more than they anticipated. So that's pretty good. Hopefully they get their money back. And because of there's a lot of China involved in this movie. Like the whole expedition is happening in Chinese water, so they I think this movie's gonna do really good over there. So they're definitely gonna get their money back. I think it was like 150 million budget, but yeah, it was crazy at times. Like the most ridiculous things would happen. Ruby Rose was in this movie, which I don't think I can see Ruby Rose being the type of actress who can do different roles. Like in every movie I've seen her in, she's the same character. Like every movie, like uh, John Wick 2. Well, except she was mute in that movie, but John Wick 2, Triple X. What else was she in? Resident Evil, the final chapter. In this movie, like she's always the same character. So it's hard for me to like see her doing something else. But anyways, so she was in this. They had this other guy, and that was trying to be funny, like he couldn't swim and all that. They had Rainn Wilson from The Office, Dwight, and the moment I saw him, like all I could see throughout the rest of the movie was Dwight. He's supposed to be like the villain of the movie, but not really. He's like the corporate guy, like he's funding all this expedition and all that, and he lies to them at the end, and he decides to go after the shark himself, and he doesn't have a good ending. But I guess he was like the bad guy, not really, but the closest thing to a bad guy, because the shark wasn't really the bad guy. He was like the star of the movie. They have this crazy scene at the end where like the third act of the movie is all in this beach where there's like so many people, and the shark goes crazy. Yeah, they have a cool scene where like there's a wedding happening on a boat, and there's a little dog and he jumps in the water, and they make you think like the shark ate the dog, but at the end of the movie they showed the dog again, so he was fine. I didn't want to see a dog die, but so it's I'm in between, like I don't want to say it was a horrible movie because I had a good time, I had fun, but I know it wasn't a great movie. It was dumb fun, and that's all you really want in a movie, to go when you want to go see a movie just to have fun for a couple hours. That's good enough. So we'll see how it does in the box office. For the rest of the weekend. I think it's expected to cross the 50 million mark, which would be good. But yeah, Jason Statham fighting a shark. I think his next movie is actually the Fast and Furious spinoff. We'll see him in that probably next year. I think it's next year. Has a release date for next year. And but yeah, so if I would have to give the movie a score, it would probably be a 6 out of 10. Because if we consider five the middle, what below five is bad, above five is six. So this will be a six because it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't anything special. I mean, how many more shark movies do we need? We have Jaws, we have Deep Blue Water. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Deep Blue Water. The Shallows just came out a year ago, 2 years ago, and of course, the mother of all shark movies, Sharknado. There's like five or six of those, but I think they're gonna be done soon. But yeah, anyways, that was my review of the Meg. I would recommend if you're into big monster movies, you should go see it. If you like sharks, you should go see it. Actually, I don't think you should see it if you like sharks. Yeah, go see it because you'll enjoy a couple of parts. There's a couple of moments that'll make you cheer if you like sharks. And yeah, it was an okay movie. Kind of what we expect from Jason Statham. I don't usually expect him to do like this crazy 10 out of 10, like crazy plot twists and whatever movie. It's always like dumb fun action movie. And he did it. He went toe to toe with a shark in this movie. Like literally, there's a scene where he's like swimming towards the shark and the shark's coming at him, and then you would think that would happen. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for this review. Leave a like if you like it, and subscribe to the channel for more movie related stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one.